Hi, welcome to yoga class. This is Lindsay McDougall. I'm excited to teach you another part of our series. We've been working on our svasana. Last month we had 4 sessions over the 4 weeks, getting into our core, especially our obliques and our sides and our balance, and using our elbows, using our outer scapula and our obliques to help raise, lift, shift, and we've done some arm balances last week. And so I'm wanting to keep the strength, keep the core, and start to build a little bit more into these bird of paradise type poses, more arm balances, and get you guys into a fruitful place in your practice. So we will start today with a lot of space, and you can get a strap and a block, and let's start in our child's pose today. I like to have a blanket as well. And coming down to our mats, knees wide. Walk the hands out and rest the forehead on the mat. And if your forehead doesn't quite reach the mat, it's nice to have a block until the spine can relax or any back muscles to kind of ease into this posture. And the heels are a little bit outside the hips and you're sitting back on them. So I want you to start to contract as you inhale all the way to the top of your breath, and then when you're exhaling, sitting back, contracting into the low abdomen, the tailbone, sacrum, and start to activate the breath in those areas, in the sides. Taking a deep inhale, expanding from the center, through the collarbone, elbows heavy on the mat. And then exhaling, pulling all of that in, contracting it, and sinking the hips, lengthening the low back even more. So as we do this, our shoulders are widening, our low back is releasing, and we're noticing with our breath that gentle engagement with the core, with Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, and Uddiyana Bandha, the navel center. How that supports our back, supports our spine, keeps us strong. Contracting the exhales 1 count or 2 counts longer than the inhales. Take a couple more breaths here. Steadying yourself. Let's take 3 breaths. Steadying yourself, bringing in the divine, bringing in the breath. Reminding ourselves of this time of year, what's happening outside in nature, the seeds, the growth, the death, the barren, in that contrast. Pulling that all in our intention today, getting connected to our body through asana, through yoga. Really nice. And then inhaling, coming out, placing your block or props to the side, coming to tabletop. And inhale, breathe, lift the chest, lengthen the front of the body. And exhale, lift the back, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale, see if you can, with each breath, get a little bit longer. The breath longer. Moving into our flow state. Inhale. Exhale, contract. Press into those shins. Tuck the toes under, and then let's come to down dog. Round those outer shoulders down. Heel the backs of the thighs, backs of the calves, the heels into the floor, into the mat. Drop the head. Let the center of the heart be soft and the lower ribs lifting up into the hips. Sit bones wide. Inseams of the legs and inner arches are back towards the back of the room. Find your steady down dog here. And exhaling, coming to plank here. Pull the abdomen in, tuck the tailbone, look forward, elbows back. Bring the knee to the right elbow, keeping the spine level, keeping the tailbone flat. And then swing that right knee to the left elbow. Hold, and then rock to the right side of the body. Inner arch of the left foot comes down, right arm goes up. And then you can bring that right heel to the mat. Lift the hips. Pull the right obliques underneath of you. Elbow back. Good, and let's come back the way we came. Pull the knee in. Have the plank pose, bringing that knee to the left elbow, to the right elbow, and then three-legged dog here. Let's open up that hip. Reach the hips high. Bring that knee to open, hip flexors, and then lower the right shoulder. Reach the right toes away. Good. Inhale, downward facing dog. Come forward, plank. Exhale, lower down slowly. Looking forward, pulling the abdomen in. Inhale, gentle high cobra or up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, downward facing dog. Everything back into the heels, get into that down dog stance. Externally rotating the pointer finger and thumb. Inhale, come forward to plank. Look forward, elbows back. Tuck the tailbone as you lift the abdomen in towards the chest and get nice and long. And then lift. Bring that left knee in to the left elbow. Exhale, cross it to the right elbow. And then we'll come to our left side Vashisthasana variation. Drop the right heel to the left. The left heel comes to the floor, right arm up. Lift the hips up. Use the left hand and right foot to pike those hips. Tucking the obliques under. Engaging the outer shoulder. If you can look up at that right thumb, and then coming back the way we came, lift the left knee in, drop the right arm, come to plank with the cross knee. Regular knee, left elbow. Exhale, plank. Lower down, chaturanga, look forward. Navel to thumbs. Knees are engaged. Strong legs. Find your up dog variation, and let's come to child's and then back to down dog. Nice long breath here. Inner ribs sewn together, coming down the center. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg. Let's lift the left leg. Open up the hips. Bend the knee. Reach the right toes. Lower the left shoulder if you can. But sometimes I like to just open this first. You can, let the twist happen, but then come back into alignment with the left shoulders even. And then the toes, the left leg is reaching across the room. Good. Let's swing that left leg forward, look forward, lower the right knee, twist over to the left. Open up that arm, and coming down to our low lunge, look forward, lift the back knee, and let's come to a low lunge with the arms. So sweep the arms by the ears and then grab opposite elbow, and then reach the elbows forward. So left hip back, hamstring back, sit bone back, square up the hips, and then reach the sides of the body, the elbows long. Good, exhale, high lunge, right hand down, left arm up. Another twist here, engage the right side of the body, lift the right hip. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg back. Three-legged dog, bring it forward to the right wrist. Left knee down, twist over to the right. Left elbow back, engaging the core, reaching the chest and the right inner thigh forward. Exhale, bring the right hand down, lift the left knee, get squared and grounded. Pull the inner thighs back and down, tuck the tailbone, and then use the core strength to reach that chest forward. Bring the arms up by your ears, grabbing opposite elbows, maybe the weird way, and then sink in, get nice and long, tuck the tailbone, breathe into the low abdomen. Right knee is tucked back towards the left heel, okay? So we're keeping that, both the feet are drawing into each other, and that's going to help to engage the low abdomen and get long. Good. Exhale, vinyasa here. I'm sorry, upper, twist to the right. Let's just open this up in our high lunge, and then we can take our vinyasa plank, come forward. Kneading back in down dog. Take 2 breaths here. Center in the heart. Expanding the breath, calming the mind. Yoking the mind, body, and spirit. On your next exhale, bring the feet together, look forward, bend the knees, hop, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway, exhale forward fold. Lift the kneecaps, strengthen those knees, and that's going to in turn lift the sits bones and let the low back be soft. You can grab opposite elbows here, but keep those inner thighs back and lifting with the kneecaps. Wide sacrum here. And then gently bending the knees together. Sitting back slightly. Let's sweep the arms up into svasana, mountain pose. Tucking the tailbone, opening the fronts of the shoulders. Lifting the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, prepare, hop, step back. Take a vinyasa here. exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back. Sweep it forward to right wrist. Warrior two here. Open up the arms to the side. Lift the chest. Create that external rotation of the right hip. Internal rotation of the back leg. Being in the contrast here. Let's sweep that left arm forward to meet the right and come into high crescent. Lift and lengthen. You can clasp the hands together. And then bring the biceps a little behind the ears as you wrap the shoulders around the back of the head, around the heart, and drop the scapula there. Engage the core. Let's find this crescent. Reach and expand. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take a twist to the right, bringing the left elbow to the right knee. If this is too challenging, you can always drop that back knee and approach it that way. For level 2, 2, 3, your left knee is going to be lifted. And for everyone, those thumbs are at your heart, and they're pressing into the center of the heart. That's a really good pressure point for calming the heart, calming the breath. Lengthen the left side of the body. Lift the left hip. Left heel away. And then get long in the right inner thigh. Good. Drop the hips. Last breath. Exhale, low lunge here, arms by the ears. Inhale, triangle pose. Lengthen the right leg, heel toe the left foot in. Tuck the right hip back towards the left heel, open the chest. So we do have to shorten our stance slightly coming into triangle. But then once you're there, boom. Sweep everything up into the ceiling. Open the chest. Let's balance this in half moon. Exhale, right knee bends, left hand on hip. Lift the left inner thigh and lengthen the low back. Wrap the tailbone towards the heel. Rotate the chest. Those who want to try more of a balance, you can bend the top leg to grab the ankle. And then this can become kind of a bind for you. Just ideas here. And then exhaling, come to warrior three. Drop the left side of the body, hips even. Sweep the arms up by the ears. Lift the inner thigh. Oop. If you fall, that's okay. So inner thighs back. Lift the chest. Lengthen. And let's come through up to standing. Urdhva Hastasana, reach, back bend. Exhale, mountain pose. Good. Inhale. Let's come to chair. Sit back, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, place the hands. Right foot back, left foot back, or hop back, plank. Vinyasa, moving with the breath. Inhale, full exhale, good. Inhale, left foot back, sweep it forward, warrior two, right heel down, open up the arms. So we're going to open that left hip, externally rotating it. Counterclockwise. Left hip's going to come under towards the back heel. The sides of the body are lifted and aerated by our breath through the pits of the arms, out the fingers. Yes, how romantic. Talking about armpits. Good. And then let's come to our warrior, our crescent pose, taking a grasp to the hand. Drop the hips, tailbone to left heel, reach the right hip back. So you're going to feel some more of that stretch in the right hip, but really the abdomen is engaged to line up those hips and press into the back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take this into a twist. Level 2, 2, 3. You're going to come to a twist with the right knee lifted, or level 1s if you want to try a challenge here. Also, you can drop the right knee, but everyone's going to exhale, tuck the tail, squeeze the abdomen. The waist is moving towards the inner thigh. And we're finding that our thumbs can be used as leverage to open up the chest here. So get in there. Right leg long, left inner thigh forward and lengthening. A couple more breaths here to drop the hips. Good. Inhale, come to heart, hands behind the arms, next to the ears. I'm with you, I'm with you. Okay, right heel back. Lengthen out the front of the body. And then we'll come into our warrior 3 here. Hopping up. You can keep the arms by the ears with the right. Okay, come out of warrior 3, drop the right foot, lengthen the left. Let's come into triangle here. Open up the chest, left hip back to right heel, lengthen the breath here. And then exhale, right hand on right hip, let's come into our half moon. Optional bind if you want to explore balance a little more. So you can keep a nice little bend in the left knee if that helps you to open the hips more and turn the chest. The focal point of energy coming from our breath. Exhale, let's come into our warrior 3. Drop the right side of the body. Reach the right inner thigh back. Slight bend to the left knee. Arms by the ears. Lengthen the whole body. Lengthen the front of the body as if you're in chaturanga. And the left inner thigh is moving back. The right inner thigh is moving towards the ceiling. Good. And inhale, let's come all the way up and down to our Urdhva Hastasana mountain pose. Sorry, Urdhva Hastasana is arms back and a little back bend. And then, for some reason, I'm forgetting mountain pose in Sanskrit. Lift the chest, roll those shoulders back. Inhale, let's come to chair. Lift the heart. Reach for something that you desire. Give it to God. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, place the hands, plank pose. Take your vinyasa here. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back. Sweep it forward. Let's come into a pyramid pose here. Hands on the hips. Coming up to prepare. So tucking the tailbone. Let's bring our hands behind so that we can grab opposite elbows. And lift the chest. Squeeze inner thighs back. Exhale, forward fold. Come down halfway. Re-engage the right kneecap up. Left kneecap up and back. Exhale, go a little deeper. Squeeze, inhale, inner thighs back, quads lifted. Exhale, go a little lower. Looking forward, leading with the heart. Bringing the heart into the chest, through the neck. And then exhale, we'll twist this out, bring the left hand either inside or outside of the right foot and come to a twist here. You can keep the right hand on your hip or the back of the hand on your sacrum. And use the right, keep the hips squared, the right hip is back, and then you're really twisting from the waist. And then exhale, bend the right knee, come into a twisted half moon here. Reach, kind of like warrior three, except the left hand's down. And then inhale, sweep the left knee up, reach up into mountain pose. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring that right hand outside the knee. Look behind you to the left arm. Ground through the body. Good. Drop the left knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, take a vinyasa here. Good. Inhale, left leg long. Sweep it forward. Come to pyramid feet, so a little narrower stance, but each foot, the heels line up in the same line. Hands on the hip. Come up. Tuck the tailbone, lift the kneecaps, quadriceps engaged. Grab opposite elbows, maybe the strange way. Inhale, lift the chest. Engage the quads. Lift the pubis, and then exhale, forward fold. So this is coming from our core for that length, and then the left hamstrings and the right inner thigh are moving backwards in space, left hip back. Drop the right hip, exhale. Can you lead with the heart and go even deeper? Elbows back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go slightly deeper, kneecaps lifting. Keep those knees safe, quads are lifting. And then you can take that left hand to the hip, right hand down, inside the foot. For more traditional, outside the foot. Pinky to pinky, open up the arms. Squeeze the abdomen, left hip back, right inner thigh back. You can look up at the left thumb. So we're opening up our backs, we're doing a lot of core, we're doing twisting, getting into our legs here. Good, exhale. Bend the left knee, lift the right foot into the air, and then the right hand can come 45 degrees outside the left big toe, or narrower if you wish, but keep it light, lift and lengthen, twisted half moon here. Open the chest, use those obliques, and then let's take that up to the top of the mat. Sweep the right knee forward. Grab left hand to front of the right knee, twist over to the right. Look at the right thumb if you can. Breathe into here. Just enjoy this little balance. And exhale, down, hands to heart center. Coming to the top of our mat here. Let's make our way to Malasana. Inhale, lift the chest, heel toe the feet a little wider with the toes kind of coming off the mat. And then exhale, bend the knees in a squat, place the elbows inside the knees. And then as you exhale, press the tailbone down, knee to elbow, elbow to knee, lift the chest. Rudder is the knee to elbow section. So the more you're pressing the knee and the elbow together, the more you can release the back and lift the chest. Keeps the knees safe, keeps the hips safe. Breathe into here, exhale. Good. Let's take this into a slight twist variation. Drop the left hand, bring the top of the right shoulder inside the right knee. And then thumb pointing down, bend the right elbow around the shin, the right shin. Left hand can come as support on the floor, on the knee, or if you have it in your balance and you can bend the left elbow behind the waist and somehow make a little bind with the right hand grabbing left wrist, go ahead. Otherwise, if you want to just hang here and open this chest, sink the hips, lift the chest, rolling right shoulder down, top of the right shoulder up. Exhale, Malasana. Release, hands to heart center. Exhale, place the hands down, let's lift the hips. Give them a little break, inner thighs back, drop the head. Widen the sits bones. Feel that sturdiness on inner leg and outer leg. My outer feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat or the floor next to the outer edges. My inner thighs are lifting. Good. Exhale. Let's take this to the other side. Malasana. Knee to elbow, elbow to knee. Drop hips. Exhale. Right hand down. Left outer shoulder comes to the inner left knee. And then extend the arm. Rotate the thumb down. Bend the elbow. That form's going to come to touch at the shin, and you can hang out here. Using the right elbow to open the knee. Maybe you have the balance and the strength to wrap the right arm, but for now, just be where you are. Enjoy this rotation. Drop the hips, lift the chest to be twisting to the right. Inner obliques, left inner thigh, engaged, twisty twist. And let's take another breath here in the binder, however. And then exhale, come to forward fold. Place the hands down, lift the hips. And then from here, begin rocking onto the hands and feet. So we're going to come into an arm balance, into crow, just like we did last week. So placing the hands, lifting those, coming to our tippy toes, using all that strength that we just garnered. Lengthen the torso out over the hands, bringing the knees outside the shoulders. And then the chest is just going to come a little forward of the thumbs while the feet lift. And you can always be safe in this pose. If you feel unsteady, just rock back. The focal point should be knees to outer shoulders. Knees to outer shoulders, lifting the core, lifting the core, lifting the core, touching toe to toe, abdomen in. So once you get light, or you try this a few times, you can make your way back to your vinyasa and to our downward dog. So coming Working through, just take your time. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Warrior one here. Sinking down. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, drop the shoulders, drop the hips. Inhale, lengthen the chest. Exhale, reverse your warrior. And in this reverse warrior, let's bend the right knee, left inner thigh back and in. Reach the chest forward so you can get long in both sides, as long as the left inner thigh is creating that distance from the shoulder. And then exhale, come forward, bring the right elbow to the right knee, and left hand to left hip. Okay, let's grab a block or something if you need it. And come to side angle here. So what I want us to focus on is bringing that right hand to the block outside the right hip, rotating the chest, lift the left arm. And then to come into a bind, let's bring the block inside the right foot on a lower height. Bend that right knee. Pull the abdomen in, right hip towards left. Kind of pull the right hip to rotate down towards the left heel. And then just like we did in our squat, we're going to bring that outer shoulder to the inner knee. Extend the arm, the right arm, rotate the thumb under, bend the elbow under the hamstring, come into a bind here. The right hand is going to grab the left wrist. So we're in a bound side angle. And then those who want to come to bird of paradise, we're going to walk the left foot to the top of the mat, keeping the exact same position with the shoulder touching the inner knee. And then we're going to come to the right tippy toes and begin to stand. You can use the block, tippy toes on block, eventually coming up to stand. So the bind that we did can be translated to a standing posture. Good. Exhale, lower down. Come back. Trust yourself. Trust your body. Triangle pose. Exhale. Pyramid pose. Walk that left foot in. Drop the head. A little bit more restorative here. Stretching out that right leg. Inhale, twist, lift the right arm. Exhale, remove the block, take a vinyasa here. Plank, looking forward, know where you're going. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg back. Sweep it forward to left wrist. Right heel down, come to warrior one. Tuck the tail, hips wide. Pull the torso square to the front of the mat. Exhale, open the hips sideways so that we come to warrior two. Left hip is down. Left inner thighs reaching forward, left outer thighs reaching back. Inhale, right arm behind the waist, left arm reaches up by the ear. And then drop the right inner thigh, rotate the right thigh towards the back of the room. And just get nice and long through both sides, the right and the left of the body. Exhale, bring the left elbow in, coming into our side angle, and have that block nearby. You can start with traditional, so the block outside the left foot, reach the arm up, twist. Hips are stacked one on top, so bring that right hip back, left hip under. I'm cracking my neck like crazy over here. And then inhale, lift slightly. Let's come into our bind. So bring the block a little lower inside the foot. Dropping that hand down. Right hand can come to the waist as you bend the left knee. And then bring that shoulder down to touch as you come to the floor or close to the floor. And then just pull the left inner hip back, obliques engage, shoulder to knee, knee to shoulder. Extend the arm underneath the body. The thumb is rotating clockwise, bending the elbow, and then come to make your bind, grabbing the right wrist. And once you do that, you might have to adjust, bending the left knee, reaching the heart, trusting the body here. And then exhale, let the hip bones come back, walk that right foot to the top of your mat, keeping the bind, keeping the shoulder to knee. And then from here, heavy in the right leg, left toes can come to the block or start to balance on your right leg. Pull up just like in crow, pull up through the core, standing on the right foot. So this is pigeon with the knee bent. Obviously, in the more full posture, the left leg comes straight. But find your edge here. Work with your balance. Breathe. Trust. Exhale gently. Same arm, same left leg. Gently it's going to come down. It's going to just place it down. And then release the arms, right leg back. Low lunge. And let's come into triangle here. Send the left leg. Reach the left inner groin forward and rotate the chest. Exhale, drop the right shoulder, hands on hips. Walk the right foot in. A restorative pyramid here, dropping the head. Good. Inhale, look forward. Let's take one last vinyasa. Coming into plank, lowering down, upward facing, downward facing dog. And then we'll come to child's pose. Sit back on the hips, forehead to the ground. Feeling into the body, slowing down the breath slightly. Inhale, come forward to tabletop. Fold the ankles and sit back. And let's come to cow face pose. So if cow face is too hard, you can always do fire log, where you stack the shins on top of one another. Cow face, we're going to bend the right knee and bring the left heel. So the knee is going to be in the center. And then the left knee is going to stack on top of the right. So this gets really more deeply into the left outer hip. And what I like to do is bring the heel of my hands to press the knees more together, more central. Okay. Inhale, you can lift the chest, really sink into those hips. You should feel really nice stretch in that left hip, kind of glute area. And then we'll take reverse namaste. You can either take opposite elbows, reverse namaste, walking those pinkies up the center of the back, or you can take right arm bent up the back, left elbow by the ear, and grab fingertips for more of a bind here. So wherever you are, exhale, lean forward, keep the chest lifted nice and long, just like in pyramid pose when we're leaning forward, but we're grounding through the hips and we're using our breath and our core and our chest to lengthen, to expand the breath and get into that length as much as possible. Back of the head long, back of the neck long. And as we turn our gaze inward, as we close Jalandhara Bandha, the lock of the neck, bring that into the heart, go deeper. Yoga is such a series of contrasts, of expanding and going deeper. It's going in both directions. And in life, that's often we're bringing two things that are both true into our life. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the arms. Roll the head, kind of rotate the head side to side. Rolling it out. And let's switch sides. So left knee is going to be under this time. Right knee to stack, or if you were doing fire log pose before, that right ankle is going to be on top of the left knee. Okay, and then I like to press the heel of my hands to really cinch in, using the outer edges of my feet to find that stretch in the hip so I can sit back. It's a nice stretch in the right outer hip glute. And we'll take this to the other side. So whatever hand, if you had the elbows, switch the elbows. If you had reverse namaste, go with that. If you did left elbow, then the right elbow is going to come up here. So find that bind, right elbow up by the ear, sink the hips, lift the chest, breathe, inhale. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, sits bones back. Closing in, bringing Jalandhara Bandha towards the heart. Can you wrap that right outer shoulder forward, open around the left shoulder, lengthening both sides of the waist. Get to your deepest place where you feel accomplished, where you feel integrated, connected. Exhale, coming out. Release the hands. And let's come to our back here. Taking a little bit of happy baby or rocking side to side. Maybe bring one knee in, lengthen out the left. Exhale, switch sides, left knee in. Good. Place the feet on the floor. Tuck the tailbone under and walk those heels in. Just take a few back bends here. Inhale, lift the tailbone towards the knees, forward and up. And then roll those outer shoulders underneath as you press the hips up, inner thighs down. Take a clasp with the hands underneath of you and press through those heels to the tops of the shoulders, massaging the scapula down the back, creating that length in the back of the neck. Relax the feet and the toes. Really fire up the hamstrings and glutes and quads to get that lift. Last breath. And exhale, coming down. And we'll take one more like that. If you want to go to bridge pose, you can always do that. But make sure your back is really warmed up. So if that was really easy for you, you can try bridge. If you want to, try urdhva, meaning the upwards wheel. So let's take another of the bridge here. Inhale, lift, tuck the tailbone, wrap those outer shoulders underneath. And sometimes when I'm feeling good, I can place my fingertips under my heels. And that can feel really nice, especially when you get the heels to the palms of your hand. It can be a massage as you press the hips up. Lifting the hips, back of the neck long, massaging the shoulder blades down the back. And then exhale, coming out. Open up the arms to a T, and let's take a twist to the side. So we'll bring the feet into an eagle pose. So right knee over left. Pop the hips over to the right, and you can even tuck the right foot underneath the left calf. Pull the knees in, and then rock the knees over to the left. So any variation of this is good. And then once the knees are touching the ground, or you can even have them propped on a block for just so it's a little less of a twist. Either way, work that right shoulder down by coming into your twist more, lengthening that left side and then placing the body down so that twist can kind of inhabit this waist area a bit more, and then look over that right hand. So what's nice about the block is it just creates a little bit less of a twist for the knees when it's placed on here. Both ways work. If you're really flexible, you can remove the block and just let the knees come down. Okay, and then exhale, press the knees up, unwinds the feet, hips down to center, left knee crosses over right, hips come over to the left, and then tuck that left toe underneath the right calf, pull the knees in, and then rock over to the right. If you needed your block on the left side, you can bring that block to the right so that the left knee at least can rest on the block, and then open up to the left, looking over the left palm of the hand. And so often we sort of need to adjust a little bit, so coming up to really open and come flat on the back of the heart, just so that we can adjust our spine slightly more to get the left side of the body to twist. And then feel the gravity in our breath, lengthening the spine. Deepening the breath into the low abdomen. Tucking the tailbone. Lengthening the low abdomen, lengthening the left side of the body. breath. Exhale. Rock the knees back to center, unwind. And then tuck the chin, give the knees a hug. And let's grab the backs of the legs coming up into boat pose, Navasana. So just some core to balance us out. Arms, palms face up. Toes are in line with the eyes. Pull those inner thighs towards the chest. Lengthen the legs if you have it in you. Reach the chest forward. Good. Exhale, Ardha Navasana, halfway. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. And then tuck the chin, hands behind the head, just lower down slowly. Expanding the breath, and then rolling the shoulders back underneath the body, and making our way into our resting pose. So if you need a blanket or you want to prop yourself in a nice way for Shavasana, by all means go ahead. Any last poses to help you feel more comfortable? Take that place for yourself. Coming into our Shavasana, resting on the floor here, quieting the mind. Quieting the breath, receding the senses into the heart. Letting the body be heavy. Every part that's touching the ground, and then sink the weight of the body, the flesh, the bones, deep into the earth. Imagine all that energy going down, past the floor, past the concrete, past the rocks, the soil, deep into the ground. Eyes closed. Backs of the eyeballs are relaxed. Back of the head is relaxed. Feeling very safe, secure, loved, treasured. Watching yourself be breathed in this position, encapsulated, releasing everything, letting it go. That space in the heart, full of gratitude. When you're feeling ready, you can Gently start to move your body and roll to one side. Gently start to make your way to seated posture. Bringing your hands in a comfortable position that feels meaningful to you. Lift the chest. Widen the back space of the heart and the spine, just feeling really supported. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, release. Inhale to Om. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for joining me for our yoga practice today. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.